Hello everyone. In this video we will do examples of how to form or how many words one can get by permuting letters of a given word. Let us start with the first one. Find the number of words. When we put a word in the quotation or double quotation, what we mean is that this is just order of or just a sequence of letters. We don't need to have any meaning for that sequence. That one can form by rearranging the letters of the word background. Okay, so first thing is that we go and see, okay, so background has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 letters, and none of them are actually there is no repetition there. So we have 10 distinct letters, and we want to permute them in different ways. So you see, for the first letter we have 10 possible options. For the second one, 9. For the third one we have 8, and this will go up to the first one. Or, well, you already know what are the permutations. This will be exactly 10 factorial. Okay, so no repetition or no repetition in the letters. Well, now compare that one to what we have here in bookkeeper. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 again letters. But we have repetitions here. So for example, we have only, so total 10 letters. 1B, then we have 1, 2 O's, 2 K's, 3 E's, okay, that's nice, 1 P and 1 R. So 1, 2, 5, 7, 10, yes. So how are you going to do this? Because now these are not distinct objects, so permutation wouldn't work. Well, yes, if you look at like that, it won't work. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to mark or label the same letters with different things. For example, I will say that, okay, this is B. There's only one B. This O, I'm going to call it O1. This one is I'm going to call it O2. So I will label them K1, K2, E1, E2. There's only, E1, E2. There is one P, so I don't need to label it. Then E3 and R. Now, if you look at these things, well, you read it as bookkeeper again, but I want to see you to differentiate, to see that the K's are now different, E's are different. So now we have 10 different labeled letters, yes? So this definitely will give me, so the number of words we can make with this is going to be 10 factorial. But we just made something funny there. It's just, if someone makes this word or this word, let me write it, O1, O2, O1, K1, K2, E1, E2, P, E3, R. When it comes to reading these things, we have to delete the letters, yes? Delete the indices or labels there. When I delete the labels, well, I have counted these things twice, but when I delete them, these will give me the same thing. In other words, the permutations of the same letters won't change the word that we found. So we are basically over counting every letter by the permutations of the similar letters. What does it mean? It means that, well, whatever we count, which was 10 factorial, we have to divide everything by 2 factorial, because in all these words, if I change the place of O1, O2, I am getting the same thing. I have to divide it by 2 factorial as well, because there are only 1k. I just made up those labels. Then 3 factorial for the third for E, and that's it. When I divide it, so I have got rid of all the repetition, and basically we have found the number of the ways we can do. There is an interesting point here to see that this indeed is going to be 10 factorial over 1 factorial for B, then 2 factorials for O's, 2 factorials for K's, 3 factorials for E's, 1 for P, and 1 for R. But those 1 factorials are just 1, so that's I can drop. But when you write it that way, basically you notice that we are using multinomial coefficients, okay? And that is in general how it works. So basically you mark all the different same letters with different labels, and then you say that, okay, I want all these guys that I separated by simple labels now to be in the same group, and we are finding those ones as the letters. So that's some labeling, how labeling works for us, and this we will do always. So the number of words obtained by permutations of letters of a word with one of the letters and one repeated letter 1, and then N2 repeated letter 2, and so on. This is going to be equal to, so you write N, the number of total letters, divided by repetition of the first one, the repetition of the second one, up to the repetition of kth one. So that is the formula, and you saw that how we found that that formula. So that, and you have to keep that in mind. Well, let's then finish this video with another example. So here we want to find all the letters all the words that we can make out of this letters of this word, assists. There are 4, so in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 letters. There's 1 A, 4 S's, 1 I, and 1 T. Yes, they will add up to 7. So the number of ways we can do that is 7 factorial, 1 factorial, 4 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial, which is just 7 factorial over 4 factorial. Okay. So that's how you count number of ways you can generate words by permuting letters of a given